It is time, my lord, to engrave your legend into the world. But do not be hasty. To thrive in this vast and volatile domain, you will first need to study the lay of the land. In the far southern wastes, he who hunts unseen is in his element. Oxyotl, bane of the dark gods, wages a war of revenge against the fell powers and any who would stand with them. Along these ragged shores, an endless demon horde spills into the world, tainting the very land on which they step. In the jungles of the gods, Teclis has sensed a need of his presence. Be it the Skaven scurrying through these trees, or an imbalance yet to be discovered, Teclis will oppose the ruinous powers in all their forms. Khalida, High Queen of the Court of Lybaris Tomb Kings, has reclaimed her ancient homeland. But her reign is fraught with challenge. The Silver Host vampire counts also lay claim to these lands, and from their cold hands, Khalida must pry the crater of the walking dead. To the lush east, Krugarth Plaguefather scours the Dragon Isles for new ingredients to fortify his plagues. Amongst the tropical palms and sandy shores, he discovers an enemy. Tepok spawn are a tenacious breed of lizard men, mysterious and otherworldly, with little love for the agents of chaos. In life, Helman Gorst's taste for adventure took him far from the Empire's borders. Perhaps it is the ghost of his past explorer that has seen him to the haunted forest, where he is set upon by all manner of creatures and all manner of new corpses to repurpose. A resource he'll find in abundance within Grand Cathay.
If my sister is found delinquent in her duty, then we defend the bastion.
The Dragon Emperor's territories are vast, varied, and fractured. Amongst the stoic Cathayans, whose architectural prowess is beyond compare, skulk creatures of foul intent. The vampiric curse siphons life from the land, which is trampled beneath the heavy boot of orc warbands, and, burrowing deep into the heart of this once great nation, a subtle infection of Skaven. Enemies within and beyond, the great bastion's continued survival is a constant uncertainty. One Miao Ying must contend with if she means to bring harmony to her homeland. In the barren north, hope, mercy, and virtue are not common commodities. These jagged rocks, sickly forests, and broken mountains mirror the soul of a world overrun by corruption. The perfect stage for the likes of Grimgor Ironhide and his ilk to test their mettle against ravenous ogres. In the path to the east, the Green Slaughterer will find game worthy of his considerable prowess. In these twisted chaos wastes, ambitious and cruel men devote themselves to the dark gods in exchange for a morsel of strength. Seldom few manage to wrestle more than scraps from the gods' table, but Archaon the Ever-Chosen is not one of them. He will use his demonic gifts to see the mortal world bleed. But the mortal world is not so easy to tame. When men like Boris Ursus grow tired of being a shield, and instead become the spear.
Not abandon Kislev.
Kislevite spears are a tool the Demon Prince knows intimately. In his past life, he wielded one in the name of honor. Now, he wears a different name and cares only for forging himself into a weapon of unfathomable destruction. Sometimes, carried on the whisper of an ice-laced breeze, he hears the name Daniel.
Show yourself, Zarkar!
A harsh and frozen world breeds violent and savage survivors. Slave traders, brutes, and self-made kings war over slivers of habitable soil in the Norskan mountains. But beyond lies the bulwark of Kislev. A